Okay, sorry guys. My iPad does not have enough storage for all these videos, so it keeps cutting off. So the other one was cut off. So we're gonna start the back. I of course kept talking, and then I realized that the thing stopped recording. So pardon all the whiteout. But now we're gonna go ahead and start the back of the warm up, and then we'll go ahead and get you started for your test. So number 6, it says solve the following system. So we'll notice that we've got our x's, our y's, our equals, and our constants lined up. So we want to use elimination. Now on your test, they also call elimination linear combinations, but just know that it's the same exact thing. So it should say both on your test, but I don't want you to freak out if you see that. Now with elimination, we want to have one variable, we don't care which one, but one variable that has the same coefficient, so the same number in front. We want one positive and one negative because that will make our variable be eliminated. It will make it go away. So here I've got a positive 2x and a positive 3x, so not going to eliminate right now. I've got a positive 6y and a positive 4y, also not going to eliminate right now. So I'm going to have to multiply some things. So both of them are the same sign. I can't turn a 2 into a 3 by multiplying. I can't turn a 4 into a 6 by multiplying by a whole number. So I'm going to have to multiply both equations. Now it's just a matter of preference. I want to eliminate x because the numbers are smaller. I don't know, seems easier. So I'm going to have to multiply my top equation and my bottom equation. So what I'm going to do with my top equation is I want to multiply I'm eliminating x, so I want to multiply this equation by the coefficient of my second equation. So of the x of my second equation. So I'm going to multiply this whole one by a 3. Now, what's going to happen when I distribute into everything, I triple rainbow, I'm going to end up getting 3 times 2x is 6x, 3 times 6y is 18y, equal to 3 times 28 is 84. Okay? So now I've got a 6x, and if I want to eliminate x, I want this to be a negative 6x. So follow the trick again. I'm going to multiply this second equation by the coefficient of x in my first equation, okay, by a 2, but not just a plain 2, a negative 2, because I want them to be different in sign. So if I multiply my second equation by negative 2, distribute all the way in, I get negative 2 times 3x, which is negative 6x, which here's that situation that I wanted. So my trick of multiplying by the opposite coefficient worked here. Negative 2 times 4y is negative 8y. Negative 2 times 27 is negative 54. Okay, so this was a situation that we had to multiply both equations, right? About the hardest type of elimination there is. Sometimes you won't have to do it this way, but today you do. 6x plus negative 6x eliminated. 18y plus negative 8y, 10y, equals 84 plus negative 54 is 30. So that gives me that y is equal to 3. Now, I'm not done. I have to go back and find x. So let's plug into, I don't know, the first equation. So 2x plus 6, I'm going to replace y, this y right here, with a 3 is equal to 28. Gives me 2x plus 6 times 3 is 18. I subtract over the 18, and I get that 2x equals 10, which tells me that x equals 5. So my solution, 5, 3. Now, it's nice to find my solution because I can always plug it in and make sure that it's right. So if it's a solution, it has to work for both equations. So I can do 2 times 5 was for x plus 6 times 3 for y, and that should give me 28. It does. Now check again. 3 times 5 for x plus 4 times 3 for y should give me 27, and it does. So always go back and check by plugging them in, and they both have to be true. Okay? So that will help you, especially on a multiple choice test like you're about to take. Plug in and check your work. I cannot stress how important that is. Plug it back in, check, it's right. Okay? Number 7, solve the following system by graphing. Remember, we cannot graph unless it is in y equals form. So let's take the first one, 6x minus 2y equals negative 2. First thing we have to do is move the x. So I'm going to subtract 6x. That leaves me with negative 2y equals negative 2 minus 6x. Divide everything by negative 2. This leaves me with y equals positive 1 plus 3x. So now I'm ready to put this in y equals and graph. So type it in, go to second graph, plot a couple good points. 0, 1, 1, 4, 2, 7 isn't going to fit, so let's do negative 1, negative 2. Just getting these from my calculator. Negative 2, negative 5. Okay. I left my ruler at school, so this is going to have to do. There's my first line. Okay, then again for the second one, 2x minus 4y equals 16. Same idea. Move the 2x. You're left with negative 4y equals 16 minus 2x. Divide everything by negative 4. Y equals 16 over negative 4 is negative 4. Negative over a negative is a positive. 2 over 4, if you type it in your calculator as a fraction, it will reduce it for you. Oops, not a plus. 1/2. So negative 4 plus 1/2 x. Okay, type this in my calculator and we'll plot some points. Get the point, negative 2, negative 5. Oh, can already see my solution. 0, negative 4. Remember, only plot. Don't plot all these fractions on here. Just plot the pretty numbers. 2, negative 3, 4, negative 2. And then let's see. 6 is negative 1. So my solution would be where my two lines cross, which is at the point, negative 2, negative 5. So that was by graphing. I also could have done elimination because they were lined up, but the problem asked you to graph. Now remember, you can also check from a table. Okay, so you could plug back in negative 2 for x, negative 5 for y, and you should get both of these be equal. We'll do that in a second. The other thing I want to show you is how to find a solution in a table. I've got this equation in y1. I'm going to type my other equation in y2. And I look for when I have repeating y values. So if you'll see here, I've got negative 5 and negative 5. So this is my ordered pair. Okay, from a table, we've done that before. The other thing I was talking about is you can plug your values back in, and these should both be true. If you plug in 6 times negative 2 minus 2 times negative 5, so on and so forth. So that's the warm-up. On your test, just make sure that you're reading very carefully. Make sure you know what the question's asking. Make sure you use whichever method it tells you to use. For the word problems, again, just read them carefully. Read them through, think of your variables, and then just work nice and slow. Take it a sentence at a time. Make sure that you remember how to do lin reg, and how to do stat and all of that. And just make sure that just go slow. Take your time. It's 20 questions. And then after that, you'll work on your EOC homework. Make sure that you clear your calculator at the beginning. All of your stuff is at the front of the room. I already did your good luck cheer, so Miss Skaggs isn't going to have to do that. But if you have any questions, raise your hand and just do your best. some of the other teachers are going to go ahead and grade these for you. So your grades won't be in hack, but when you come back next week, you'll be able to see your grade to decide if you want to retest or anything. But hopefully you're just going to rock the test and you won't have to do that. So good luck. Have a good weekend. Make good choices as always. And then I will see you guys next week. And that's it. Good luck.